Well, I would like to call the Water Commissioners meeting to order here at Zoom on 12/12/2024 at 7:02 p.m. I'd like to say the meeting is being recorded. Can I please have a roll call of members and then citizens?
Jessica Funioli, present.
Nathan Madela, present, and citizens and staff.
Dave Region Superintendent present.
Okay, very well. I don't have any additions or deletions. 1.5, approve meeting minutes of November 21st, 2024.
I move that we approve the meeting minutes of Thursday, November 21st, 2024.
I will second that. I do have something to add to our discussion of that. In the section where it states in 3.1, NM made a comment that he would like to see the water rates go down. I don't remember, well, while I would like to see the water rates go down, I think I worded it quite interestingly where I said I'd like to see them not increase. But as far as that, if for whatever reason I'm not remembering that correctly, fine. But perhaps we could, I would approve it with that change, just for remain factual.
Sure. So I move that we approve the minutes of Thursday, November 21st, 2024, as amended by what Nathan Madela just said.
Second, roll call vote.
Jessica Funioli, yes.
Nathan Madela, yay. Do we have any correspondence? Not seeing any correspondence, not hearing anything. Any public comments? I think we lost anybody that might have wanted to comment. Anybody want to comment? Should anybody join thereafter, we will allow the public to make comments. No appointments, so we'll move on to section 3, discuss opening ceremony.
I think we should move this to when we have a full board so we hear everyone's opinion.
Is there any substance to be heard?
I haven't heard anything new since the last time we met and we talked about it.
Dave, any substance as to what you are thinking?
Oh, so one thing to think about is cheap water bottle plastics are loaded with PFAS along with paper cups.
Okay. I agree with you, Jess. We should definitely get Todd's input if we are going to discuss and approve details for the opening ceremony. Section 3.2, PFAS lawsuit.
Oh, let's see, hold on. The only update is they're going to add 16 PFAS chemicals to PFAS, but there's no update on the lawsuit.
Is that going to affect the way the readings and numbers that you have to go by DEP?
Yes.
Do you know in a quantifiable way how it's going to affect us?
Not until EPA creates the new numbers.
Okay.
They created it to 4. Now they're going to add more PFAS chemicals to it, and so they're going to be more restrictions.
It's going to be restricted on the additional 16?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Any further discussion on that?
No,
Not here. All right. 3.3 Lunenburg Road tank.
I gave a package, about 2 months ago, and we sent it back out this quarter with everything to do with, the new tank in booster station. And one of the things we have to decide is which tank you want to go to move forward.
I mean, I definitely think that this requires a Todd discussion also I mean, I don't mind if you want to discuss it, but like, I'm not okay with making any decisions without Todd present.
Noted. I would like to know what Dave thinks about the two different, oh, I'm seeing three different tanks here. What the pros and cons of each are.
Let's see, the composite or the glass fused one is good, but the composite has a, less maintenance over the lifetime. But I think in the end, the I like the glass fused one.
Glass fuse coming in at 3.3 million, or no,
3.8.
sorry, 3.8 million.
Right,
Gold. Um, okay. It's also the least expensive, yes.
right,
And the lowest maintenance cost also, lowest maintenance on it.
correct. That's why it's so low. It's the maintenance cost.
It's the first I'm seeing this packet, so I would like to look at these numbers.
But if you look at the tanks,
compare them.
the three tanks cost about the same, within 100,000, but the big difference is the maintenance cost over its lifetime.
Oh, that okay. Yeah, I see the
See, they're all within 100,000, but it's the maintenance cost. There won't be any painting. There won't be any inside painting, so which means you're not going to be, one of the costs that isn't in here is when you paint the inside of a tank, you got to empty it out, chlorinate it, and do a whole bunch of other things. So that's not included in the maintenance cost, but that's the cost in water. That's the cost in rechlorinating and everything else. So the maintenance cost savings will be much more than that.
okay. So currently we have a concrete tank and a steel riveted tank.
Correct.
And neither of what of the other two, the pedestal and the composite, how do they relate to our two existing tanks?
They don't.
They don't.
Because one of the things is you don't need as much storage, but you need a little more height because of the house. The house is next door.
Yep.
Because you have to have a certain pressure, and the only way to get that pressure is height of the tank. And it's all gonna be 60 feet up in the air. They're all gonna be, none of them are gonna be a tower like you see at Fitchburg Road. And it can't be a concrete because you can't put that way up in the air. We don't need as much. And so it's, if you ever see one of those little bulbs, that's this pedestal spheroid. Do you know what I mean
Okay.
by a bulb?
I do. There's one on off of 113 in Dunstable.
Correct. That's a pedestal steroid. Composite elevated, which is, you ever see the old railroad, next to a railroad, you have like a stand with a tank on top of it. That's an elevated tank.
All right. Yeah, I definitely want to look at this and scrutinize these this
Right.
packet. Um,
I think everything's in there. And you can, by taking the names and you want to look up, but there's pictures on everything.
okay. Yeah,
But-
let's include this in our next meeting with this packet in our meeting packet, so we can go over and I absolutely would like to hear what Todd has to say about this as well. Any further discussion? Not hearing any. Move on to section 4, commissioners' updates and reports. Item number 1, I had came in last week to sign warrants, and I saw a warrant there were 3 large items, and it was under emergency repairs. But I was not seeing that this was like, hey, we need to do this. This is an emergency. This is more of a planned thing. So can I get a little background on what's going on here?
So last time we had a meeting, DEP said we can do a partial turn on of the treatment plant without chlorination, which bought us 6 months. DEP has now came back and told us when we turn on the plant, we are now chlorinating on day 1. And so I had to take care of the chlorination much faster than I was going to have to at Cross Street and Main Street.
Okay. Yeah, it was just difficult to see.
When you read it, it's chlorination system for crossing Main Street.
Yeah, it's not in our packet here. I think I might have taken a picture of it. It was unclear to me, and you're saying chlorination of the parts that didn't stand out to me. So okay.
Right.
Yeah, just and like we had when you and I sat down with the TA and our liaison, just try to keep us apprised of things that may come as a surprise.
Yeah, it was a surprise to me when they came back and said you got to chlorinate now.
You know, we need to pay our bills for sure, and I'm happy to sign something that's due. I don't like being surprised on receipt, and it's my duty to scrutinize it. Section. So there's a 1.1 authority of acquisitions. We talked about this with a threshold, certainly for emergencies. There's going to be some gray areas and hammering out as to the delineation of what an emergency is and what is required as far as operation. So fine, you got a new plant. It's a learning experience for me versus what I'm used to, and we'll get through it. So section number 5, we do not have our liaison. We will go to section number 6. Dave, take it away.
Okay, so we just discussed 1. DP came back and ordered that the treatment plant will chlorinate from day 1 of the startup, which will be any day now. They've already inspected. We're just waiting for them to say, yes, you're all set. Witchesburg 2 will be operational in January. That failed EPA for PFAS, and it only can get turned back on through the treatment plant. The Harbor Trace punch list is almost complete, and the main thing left is the security cameras and the security on the doors. First class was today, which is first aid, which we do every 2 years, and that was very successful. And Jessica was there because we had a few people in the town that showed up for it. Which is one will be worked on in January. As soon as Witches 2 and Harbor Trace go online with the treatment plant, because then we'll have plenty of water to shut Witches 1 off. Security for the overall site at Witches 1 will also be done at that time. Old meters left. There are 920 old meters left in the system. Capital spending is due the first week of January, and we have nothing on capital spending for this year coming. GS is near completion. It's one of the things we need for to be done for the master plan. Some of the other things that are going to affect the master plan is neighboring towns, and Lunenburg and Ashby have expressed interest in purchasing water from Townsend. Just a few weeks ago, Lunenburg was told that they are losing their main well due to PFOS, which is in addition to the other wells that have PFOS. One other thing is we have full system testing will be done over the summer, which will test how the plant works under a load. Lawsuits will also be part of go into the master plan, and new state laws and private well will also be part of that, because it's going to tell us if private wells will be testing for PFOS this year. If they do, we'll have to have a plan on water mains spreading throughout the town. And that's it.
Okay, I have a question. Has the authority, Lunenburg's a district, correct?
Lunenburg's a district.
Now, has their governing authority expressed interest in reaching out and coming to one of our meetings?
They have to do a study first to see which town. They have to do a study first of what's the best option, so that the people in the town will tell them that they can go out and make every agreements. But the last year of the Infrastructure Act to be in it on it is August of 2025. So we'll see what happens, but it's just something to be considering. I know Ashby, all their town buildings are over on PFOS, and they're actually weighing their options also.
Very well. Jess, did you have any questions?
No.
Any public comment? All right, hearing none. Schedule next Board of Water Commissioners meeting. Dave, do you see any reason to be having like a meeting right after Christmas, like on the 31st, to get anything before? I mean, our fiscal year.
Oh, I'm going to be out that week anyways.
All right, so I'm looking at J6. I want to try to get back to Mondays. I can't guarantee, but I will know within the next couple of weeks.
But if you're going to go back to Mondays, the next scheduled one would be the second Monday of the month.
So January 13th?
Yes.
I would rather do it. This is a 5-week month. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3.
We're on the 12th.
There's 5 weeks in that month. So I wouldn't be
31 days from now.
I know we typically do, or we used to do, second Monday, but it's almost a full week before the 6th. I'm not opposed. If you guys have a specific reason where you don't want to do it on the 6th, that's fine. I can do it on the 13th as well, but
I could do either.
What do you think's prudent, Dave?
I think we should go back to what we publish on the web. We publish the people that it's the second Monday.
Okay.
You know, we should keep to
Sure
what we publish.
I'm all for that. All right.
So the 13th at 7?
Right.
13th at 7. All right, awesome. We'll make sure that Todd can do that and post. Okay. Do I have a motion for 7.234?
So I move that we review monthly abatements and adjustment lists, review and approve end of month reports, and sign reports and bill payable warrants outside of session.
Second. Motion is made and seconded. Roll call vote.
Jessica Funioli, yes.
Nathan Mattingly, yes. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn our meeting.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Jessica Funioli, yes.
Nathan Mattingly, yes. The Water Commissioners meeting here on December 12th, 2024 is adjourned at 7:23 p.m.